What is going on YouTube? All right, got some nice recent pickups lately. I got some autographed cards. I got some autographed baseballs. So let me get started showing these off to you right now. So let's start with the master of the screwball, Mr. Carl Hubble, autographed 1979 card. Carl Hubble was definitely one of the great pitchers of his day, starting his career in the 20s, ending in the 40s. And I'd say one of his biggest claims to fame that everybody knows about is the 1934 All-Star game where he struck out Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin all in succession. It's pretty amazing, striking out some of the greatest hitters of that day. But Carl Hubble is definitely a great Hall of Famer. Amazing pitcher. So this was a nice little card to pick up. Okay, so the next one I wanted to show off is another great Hall of Famer, Mr. Monty Irvin. And this is also on a 1979 card that's made to look more like, a 50s card. But this is a pretty cool pickup, nice bold signature. And, Monty Irvin, definitely legendary. Played in the Negro Leagues, came up with the Giants back in 1949. He was one of the earlier players to, show up in the major leagues. And he also could have been the first. A lot of, before Jackie Robinson came up, a lot of guys in the Negro Leagues thought Monty Irvin might be the first one to, break that color barrier. Unfortunately, he was not, but still a great Hall of Famer and really a mentor to a young Willie Mays when Willie Mays came up with the Giants in 1951. So this was a very nice pickup. And speaking of Willie Mays, we have a Willie Mays autograph baseball on a this is actually on a Bill White ball. See that? So this is pretty cool. And with the unfortunate passing recently of Hank Aaron, in my mind, Willie Mays is really the last living legend that we have right now, to be honest. He's really the last living legend from that era of, playing ball in the, the 50s and stuff like that. So definitely wanted to scoop up a ball autographed by the great Willie Mays. Okay, so another... This is just a kind of a cool display right here. Let me try to show this without knocking it over. So this is a nice Ricky Henderson signed ball with the inscription of 24 with the Ricky Henderson rookie card. So this just really displays nicely. Everybody knows Ricky Henderson, the man of steel, base stealing king, and he was one of the greatest players of my generation, growing up in the 80s and 90s. He was most guys I knew, he was definitely one of their favorites. So I just thought this was a really cool setup, a nice Ricky Henderson rookie with an autograph ball. And the last thing I wanted to show off, and this is my first time actually picking one of these up, is these historic autographs. You see, this is one from 2020. And this is not a Hall of Famer, but this guy definitely has his place in history. So this is Charlie Root. You see on the left, we have a 1933 Gowdy card. And on the right, we have a cut signature. And at the time, he was, pitching for the Chicago Cubs. Now, the reason that Charlie Root has his place in history is because everybody's heard of the famous called shot in the 1932 World Series, Yankees against the Cubs. Babe Ruth supposedly called his shot, pointed to center field, and hit the ball over the fence. Guess who was pitching that day? And guess who threw the ball for the famous called shot? That was Charlie Root. Now, obviously, there's been a whole lot of speculation. Did he really point? Did he really point towards center field? Was it all made up? Well, I remember hearing an interview with Charlie Root one time where he said the Babe didn't point, because if the Babe would have pointed, I would have put the ball right in his ear. And that sounds like definitely more of a believable story. But these are really cool. I've seen these before where they make a little display with a vintage card. and a cut signature. But I had never picked one of these up. But these are pretty cool. And when I saw this one, you know, at a nice price, I scooped it up. Now, even though Charlie Root is not like a Hall of Famer or anything, the man passed away in, I believe, 1970. So it's not like there's a million of his signatures just floating around out there. So finding a nice bold autograph with a fairly decent condition Gowdy card, I had to pick this up. Thought this was really cool. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, I will see you guys next time.